Thank you all for coming, and obviously the room is too small for many of you to come in. And Anna did a very good talk, and my talk just tag on, give some flavor of what's happening in a developed country in terms of ROP management. So how to move forward? How to move the slides forward? Oh, here. And we all know, I don't have to say, this is a major issue. While we're sitting here, every year, 30,000 babies actually blind from ROP alone. So this is an immense task. I think the number may increase because we now see more sick babies, small babies, in particular in middle-income countries. And just give a flavor, in New Zealand, of course, we are a very small country with only 5.5 million populations, and we have on average 6 babies blind in the past, now actually probably 1 to 2 babies a year. But 1 to 2 babies sounds a very small number, but I think it's unnecessary, still it's probably too much. As Anna mentioned before, we had a calculation in New Zealand for average life expectancy of 77 years, a baby from ROP or any medical issue blind cost health dollars about approximately $4 million in a value of 2010. So this value probably underestimates because we have in fact in other costs related to the loss of productivity and the stress, emotional stress for the family, the care, so on and so forth. So fortunately, this disease we know very well. We have effective treatment. We have very robust evidence through various trials in the past and present. And we have the ability to treat disease if we pick them on in time. So the issue is that, as Anna mentioned before, is how we actually reach these kids. And if you look at the most recent study published from Mexico, there are lots of units actually have no program for ROP screening, and those units have ROP screening program actually not, probably nearly half of the baby have been screened really. So we're not doing that great. And this is a picture for the developing countries. In the developed countries like New Zealand, we have other issues. Yes, we have a universal screening program, but we do have the same issue, lack of personal involvement in the screening. And we have missed screening because baby transfer or baby be discharged to community, or we have a delayed diagnosis simply because we are not available. For example, I'm staying here talking to you who do the screening back in New Zealand. So we have an issue here. So lots of issues really in our country is a missed diagnosis or delayed diagnosis because the baby being transferred from one hospital to the other. So we actually did a systemic review for the 2 decades, look at all the babies blind from ROP in New Zealand. As you can see, the number of treatment actually jumped up quite, almost doubled actually over the 2 periods. And however, the severe vision loss in ROP has reduced. We all know this because become clever. We have gadgets to treat the baby. We perhaps treat it earlier. But we still have issues. If you look here, picture looks great, but we almost still have the same number of patients actually have not been treated. If you think why is that? Even if until these last couple of years, we have almost 20% of babies not being treated. Those numbers are small in New Zealand terms, but we find out actually because those babies are the babies actually being misdiagnosed or was not diagnosed because they were actually missed in screening or actually because they were transferred from one unit to the other. The transfer unit forget to ask the receive unit for continue provide service. The only time we find out the baby becomes stage 4B or 5, which give us a very bad result. We all know that. So if you look at the global picture, as I said, we have 30,000 babies a year blind from ROP. So many born with in a lower birth weight require screening. So this is a huge task. We do need to look at solutions how we can actually do better. So in that sort of a background, we look at how we actually step up in New Zealand to actually minimize even 1 or 2 baby blind from the disease a year. So we look at different strategies, and we really feel guidelines specific to our country, to each unit, is the only way to go because we do treat different babies because they live in different countries, have different medical care. And we really need to be very specific who does screening, who does treatment, and what happens if there be a transfer between units. And there needs some actions and the responsibility to give to each individual who actually lead the program. And we sort of look at different options, including telemedicine, compare with indirect ophthalmoscope, go through a trial, sort of compare the two modalities, so come with a solution. As I mentioned here, I want to draw your attention, any service is good, can only be good if the service is available. You can talk indirect as a gold standard, but not many people can do indirect. And RetCam had to produce amazing images. I don't have to say, I don't believe I can capture any image better with my indirect than this. Everybody can see it, not through the indirect. I'm the only person who can see what I'm seeing. And there's no doubt, and with the new program, we need to have robust protocols. That's what we used, 3 images for posterior pole for each eye. And we compare with indirect. The accuracy is almost 100% to pick up before or treatment require ROP. So this telemedicine model is not new for us. Has been done in Germany, USA, India, as Anna just showed, he's burning to work. And we also have the large network in Auckland called the Auckland Regional Telemedicine ROP Network, which has been going on for almost 9 years. So the aim of the program is really to look for a sustainable screening service. The service can be provided continuously, even I'm here doing a talk, somebody else does the screening. And minimize this unnecessary transfer and minimize those baby be missed. And we have programs right start from beginning, electronic capturing from the NICU, which baby need to be screened. Then involve the team, go out to different NICUs, and I just do the reporting. The reporting goes through back to the hospital medical record system automatically with a report, which can be accessed by all physicians involved in the baby's care. So we share the burden and responsibility to all physicians, not only ophthalmologists. Doing so actually minimize any chance we might miss the baby. So this has been going on for almost 9 years, and we have done 1,800, nowhere compared to numbers Anna produced in India. And we found the treatment required ROP barely 3% in New Zealand population. Many are insignificant type 2 ROPs. And doing so, we have not missed any babies. We are currently, one of my PhD students doing a large review auditing our system for the last 10 years to make sure they are actually indeed produce what I'm claiming or we claim actually working system. And I think we are the only system, as Anna mentioned, that use RetCam alone without indirect, provide diagnosis, treatment, decision-making at discharged baby. I have not used indirect for RP screening for the last 6 years. So if you look at this picture, and I presented this in one of our college meetings recently, you can see the program what I show here. When we start using telemedicine, the number of RP baby actually blind in our country is dropped to 0. One of the units in the network joined later on in 2010. The user of 5 babies blind in the past period, but once they joined, they become 0. Whereas the rest of New Zealand, we still have babies actually missed blind from ROP. So the good news, we're actually expanding southward. So all the major units in New Zealand now have a RetCam. So hopefully we will link everybody up together in a not far future. So our experience showed improved accuracy in RP diagnosis and improved service delivery and also improve the care. This is the fundamental issue when you ask the politicians, the management give you money to provide a service. You really need to show the difference your program make in terms of their health delivery. And I think telemedicine for ROP is very safe, effective. I think when you look at it with open mind, really when you look for something, give us easy access, provide accurate diagnosis, early detection, so we can treat the disease early. So the topic was actually the New Zealand consensus statement for RP screening. That's our new guideline. I can't show it all because this is currently being published, so I kind of show you one of the a very small proportion. Well, this endorses both BIO and RetCam are standard RP screening modality tools. In fact, we encourage RetCam to be used when available as a preferred choice for RP screening and documentation in New Zealand. So I think New Zealand is a small country. We make changes fast as we move fast. Although we are small, I think we actually have lots of experience in this area to share with you guys. And we'll be very happy to to help out. If you wanted to have a quick look at the document, it's also on the hospital website with the new guideline. With this, I'd like to thank you all and remind you all these terrible stats here. We need to reduce the numbers. So really, we need to act now, not tomorrow or not later on. Thank you.